Hey guys, so I noticed a lot of people have been doing garden tours and I thought I would do one too. So, hi. Okay, here it goes. So, we're in my greenhouse right now and this is a tray that I planted back in April. And as you can see, not much has done very well. I did just pull a few things out today that are super late, but you know what? It's okay because if I get something out of it, that still counts, right? So it's a bit of a mess. These also got planted probably the beginning of May. And my eggplant is deciding to play it now. So I think in the future I plan on using heat mats because these all got planted months ago. And it's just now getting warm enough for them to sprout. Some of the squash is in here because I would like to have a backup in case we have another freeze. We actually had a freeze 2 nights ago. So, and of course it's June 9th, so June 7th we had a freeze. I got some onions going. I have strawberries in a container, some potatoes, more strawberries, more potatoes. And in case you're wondering what this little setup is, if you look, I've taken 2 giant tree pots and I've cut 4 slits. And then as this fills up, I add dirt. I need to add more dirt to that one, as you can see. So as the greens get taller, I will add more dirt. And then as I run out of space at the top, I'll start pulling the whole thing up. There's 2 here. I'll pull this one up, which will give me access to the slits, where I cut out the holes, and that'll give me access to potatoes. I have some Brussels sprouts that got eaten by birds and probably rabbits, and they're still wanting to try, so I'm trying to keep them alive until other stuff dies off. And then I have my garden tower, and I think this is going to get moved outside next year because I think it gets too hot in here for what I would like to use it for. I'd like to use it for leafies. So I think it's going to end up living outside here pretty soon. I don't know. I need to put wheels on it. That'll decide. Okay. So now we go into garden 1.0 or the Shady Garden. I don't know. It hasn't been decided yet. The reason this is the Shady Garden is because it is very well shaded by my cottonwood. So the first year I lived here, I had a garden in direct sun. It was too direct and nothing grew very well. Now, I built this whole thing out of pallets. So this is my chicken run right here. And it's made out of pallets. And then there's the chicken run. There's a little access so the ladies can come do some work for me. And then there's the hen house. And so this was all supposed to reduce wind as well as protect my garden from critters. Well, last year I had bird netting on here. I had to keep pulling birds out of the netting. I'm not doing that again. Now we're trying these little reflective things. But this was supposed to be like the cooler crops, but we jump in weather here in Reno so quickly that it's going to be hard. So I just went ahead and pulled out most of the brassicas, and now I have mostly squash. So I have different types of squash in here. And then I actually still have, that's going to give me some seeds, but you can tell. I have 2 seeds in most of these holes. This is yellow crookneck. Some are volunteers also, if I don't have a tag on some of these, it's because they came out of the compost, and I'm guessing that they are spaghetti squash. I'm trying some Elysium for some extra pollination invitations. I would like some more pollinators in here. So I put those in a couple days ago, and I know they're in pots, but I already filled up the beds before I decided to do this. And then here is probably some more yellow crookneck. I have a lot of yellow crookneck this year. And then zucchini caserta. I have a couple of beds back here behind my greenhouse, and I haven't decided what to do with them yet because they didn't do very well last year with corn. But I also think a lot of that had to do with the soil. So I have a lot of amending to do before I decide what to do with those. But you saw that I have seedlings in the greenhouse, so maybe they'll end up with tomatoes. I don't know. So this is the pea bed. But because the brassicas didn't get going fast enough, I went ahead and put some more squashes in here too. It's going to get hot, so we'll see how much I end up with as far as peas. This is a piece of remesh, and I have it right now. It's anchored with a couple of pieces of rebar, 3-footers. I have a feeling that that's not going to last long. I have a feeling I'm probably going to put some pieces of conduit over that to make it taller. As you can tell, we had a freeze. We'll see if it bounces back. Oops, hello. We had a freeze, so we'll see if it bounces back, but it's looking a little sad. And then I had some dinosaur kale, and the birds ate it, but very good, a very knowledgeable friend of mine told me that that should bounce back. Of course, she told me that after I pulled it from here. So we have more squash. I have quite a bit of different ones. Like this one is banana squash. These are from a seed swap I got from a local person. So banana squash, hopefully it makes it because of the freeze. More dinosaur kale that got eaten. We'll see. Oh, look, it's trying. See it? So that was dinosaur kale that got eaten, but it's trying to. Same with that one. I actually bought these at the city sale. Oops, sorry guys. And the city sale, all the plants were $2, and so the 6-pack of the dinosaur was $2. So, this is Calabacita squash. It says Mexican Luciana zucchini. I actually put a nasturtium seed right here, so we'll see how it goes. I also got some nasturtium from the local nursery and put it in various little pots. Actually, that's the Elysium. Like right over there. And there's one over there in the corner on the other side of the corn. But as you can see, some squash. Nothing really big happening yet. My peas I got in pretty late. I didn't know the thing about March. So if I get some pods that I can... Oh, look, we have our first one right there. See it? I just threw a bug off of me, and I don't know what it was. That was weird. Okay. Anyways. So, there's the first one. If I get some seeds for fall planting, that'd be great. It's kind of what I'm shooting for right now. Because it is so late. It's June. I'm 2.5 months behind on those. So this is one from the sale. The city sale. It says Dunja Organic. See, it's got some flowers that it's trying. As these grow, I'll show you better pictures or better images. I have a lot of yellow crookneck. I have a lot of yellow or lemon cucumber. And so this Zephyr, if you've never seen a Zephyr, okay, look, I have a baby. There's a baby. Okay. So as you can see, it has a green tip. No, your eyes are not messing with you. That really is a green tip. So I'm super excited about that. There's more squashes here, including zucchini, yellow crookneck. I know there's banana squash. This became the corn bed here. My friend told me that it was best to do corn direct from seed, and we actually finally have stuff sprouting. I was out here checking it out earlier. Right there. And then I hope that that's my corn because there's two side by side and I didn't do that on purpose, but it happens, I'm sure. So I had bought some 6-packs too. So the 6-packs are we're trying to see how those do versus going from seed. So we're kind of experimenting a lot this year. Lots more different types of squash: Peter Pan squash, patty pan, yellow crookneck, 8-ball. Yeah, so there's some 8-ball right there. And I have sunflowers and artichokes down here. These are sunflowers here. There's 4 different types that I got from that plant sale, but then I also threw some seeds in, and those are starting to sprout too. So we'll see how those do, because I kind of did them a little more compacted, and I'm hoping for the best. And then I have a random bok choy. So we'll see how it goes. And then down here, I have another nasturtium in a pot. That is jack-o'-lantern pumpkin. And then that is some, this is also from that plant sale, the Easter egg plant. The problem is look how little it is for when it should have been started. So it may end up in pots later. We'll see. Okay. So to continue the tour, I have my very first herb garden. I'm quite excited about it. I have to bring the basil in at night because basil apparently doesn't like less than 50, but that's okay. So we're just working with it. This is just a bed that I put together, and my carrots aren't doing very good. I got some seed tape to try out this year. And as you can see, the greens actually have already gotten eaten once. That's why these trays are all here. And this is onions and garlic. Oh, I need to water my lavender. And then I got 2 plants for lavender, and those are going to live in pots. But this year, because they were so small, they only get, you know, what is that, 1.5 gallon, 2-gallon pot. And then some other herbs that'll hopefully do better outside than they were doing in the greenhouse. So this is right next to the house, right next to the hen house. And to give you perspective, greenhouse and garden 1.0. Okay, so here we are at garden 2.0. As you can see, it's still a work in progress. This is this year's project for gardening. I have a garlic bed that it's not doing so well. They're actually looking really sad. So we'll see what happens. If nothing else, I'll plant something else, right? That's going to become a little asparagus thing. I ran out of energy yesterday and couldn't get the rest of the dirt in there because I have back problems. So I didn't get very far. So that'll be asparagus, and it's just a metal shelf that I got at Goodwill for $3. So why not, right? Okay. So behold the new garden. I actually ordered 30% shade cloth. It will hopefully be here hopefully by the end of the week. Because it's going to get real hot by the end of the week. So here I have a tomatillo plant. That is also a tomatillo. I am trying jicama. We'll see how it goes. Those are going to be beans, assuming they decide to sprout. And we have some tomato plants. I had a lot of tomato plants and I didn't want to throw them away, so we'll see how it goes. And some very sad squash. More beans. Another tomato. The tags are underneath, but I've got quite a few varieties this year of trying new things. So those 2 aromas that I started from seed. That is one that I picked up yesterday at the local place because I lost some to freeze, as you can see here. That's looking pretty sad, wilty. Even my eggplant is looking a little sad and somewhat wilty. And let me just tell you that if you have back problems, this is the 2-foot garden auger, and I put it on my little, handheld drill. And this thing, while standing up, I can drill my hole, drop my plant in, and it is amazing. So if you need to do things ergonomically, I'm also going to get the 1-footer. So if I'm sitting on my little garden scooter, then I have somewhere to do that. And that's my garden scooter. By the way, test them out in the store. Every time I lean over, that one, the seat bends. So I'm going to lose that seat probably by the end of this year. So this front row is all different types of eggplant. The back row to that stake there is okra. And so I have okra to here. Yes. So I have 2 different types of okra going, and then in the greenhouse I actually got more okra seeds yesterday. I was excited to see that. Can you see it? Let's see. Focus. Right there. They're starting to sprout. So they're just taking their time, that's all, which is probably for the good considering. Like, this is one I bought at the store and it got some freeze on it last night, so we'll see. Or not last night, the night before. I have 4 spaces left. 4. I have 3 tomatoes on a table over there. I don't know if they're going to end up in there or not. So this front row on this bed is all hot peppers. And then this, but next to the remesh, the second row, so that row, ignore my popsicle. My husband just brought some from work. So this row here is mostly indeterminate tomatoes, but there are a few determinates. And then, actually, let me go to the other end. Let me break this down. Oh, and then I also have carrots in these ones. And I got some more flowers, so as a hope to get more pollinators in here. And then on those two are for nasturtium. We're going to see. I've never tried nasturtium, and I didn't notch them because I didn't know. Okay, so let me stand back here. So, left row in this wide bed is hot peppers. Second row to the left of the center is the somewhat determinate and indeterminate tomatoes. This side of the center is indeterminate all the way down, and then it's sweet peppers, except for one because it said sugar peach or something, and it was actually supposed to be a hot pepper, and I put it on the wrong side. But you can see everything's doing pretty good. I have a few things that were not happy. I came out and trimmed that one earlier. Hopefully it bounces back pretty good. Same with that one. This one's a little sad. I haven't trimmed it up yet. And then this is one of the new tomatoes I got at Rail City yesterday. I put some nasturtium here. And then as you can see, I'm going vertical this year. So that's what all this is. And so over here I have more squashes, vertical squashes. The ones over there are all bushing. These are all trellising. So like I have spaghetti squash back there, a volunteer, and some cucumbers, some melons. These are Mexican gherkins here. Just to give you an idea of how things are doing here in northern Nevada. And I haven't quite decided. I have 2 extra sugar cantaloupe in the still in their peat pellets. Obviously that's too crowded for right there, so I don't know what I'm gonna do with those just yet, but I'll figure it out. Some watermelon, some more nasturtium. I'm actually really excited to learn about nasturtium because it's supposed to be a really good pest repellent, as well as edible leaves and edible flowers. And I learned that from Jess at Roots and Refuge Farm. So it's actually, I love watching her channel. So I also have some other types of beans coming. There's, as you can see, there's a little sprout right there, a sprout here, sprout there. Oh, hey, look, a new one. You guys are seeing the birth of a... There you go. Brand new one. I just saw it for the first time. Oh, and there's another one. I need to come out here and give it the top a little sprinkle. So hopefully next week, all of these, I put 9 per square as per square foot gardening. And like on this one, because it was next to this, I might have put an extra 3 right here just so I could maximize. So I have some beans here. I have some fava beans. I have no idea what fava beans are, but you know, I gotta try them. I'm trying a lot of new things to me this year, so I'm excited about all that. And yeah, I'm gonna give this a quick spritz, make it all nice and wet, because apparently you have to water the top for the moisture. I should put some more mulch across the top just so that it will lock in the moisture a little better. But there you have it. There's garden tour number 1 of 2019. And hopefully in a week we'll see a big difference. All right, have a good day.